Hello, everyone. On this special day, I will be talking about racial discrimination to raise a toast to those who have tried their best to fight against racial discrimination and who have sacrificed themselves for racial discrimination. Many people have suffered from racial discrimination or still suffering from it. It must be eliminated. There are a lot of people who have been fought against racial discrimination or sacrificed for it. They deserve our respect and they should be remembered by the younger generations. So, why do we have to eliminate racial discrimination? State policies undertake to prohibit and to eliminate racial discrimination in all its forms and to guarantee the right of everyone, without distinction as to race, color, or national or ethnic origin, to equality before the law. According to the 1965 International Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Racial Discrimination, notably in the enjoyment of political, civil, economic, social, and cultural rights. State policies shall also assure effective protection and remedies against any acts of racial discrimination. Therefore, we must do what the International Convention says to ensure the rights of everyone in the world is guaranteed. The most famous movement which was established to fight against racial discrimination was the Civil Rights Movement, which was led by the great leader who is memorized by all of us today, Martin Luther King. According to Biography Institution, Martin Luther King is widely recognized as the most prominent figure of the civil rights movement. Martin Luther King was instrumental in executing nonviolent protests, such as the Montgomery bus boycott and the 1963 March on Washington, where he delivered his iconic I Have a Dream speech. The following year, the Baptist minister became the youngest person to win the Nobel Peace Prize at just 35 years old. Throughout his life, the civil rights leader was reportedly imprisoned nearly 30 times for acts of civil disobedience, among other unreasonable charges. While behind bars in 1963, King penned his famous letter from Birmingham jail, which included the famous quote, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." On April 4, 1968, Missouri State Penitentiary Fugitive James Earl assassinated the 39-year-old King, who was standing on the second-floor balcony of Memphis, Tennessee hotel, Lorient Motel. Following King's murder, his wife and fellow activists, Caritas God King, continued their work towards justice by founding Atlanta's Martin Luther King Center for Nonviolent Social Change. We cannot forget Martin Luther King, who has a great contribution to racial equality and sacrificed himself. There are also other Black activists who have led the civil rights movement. Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, John Lewis, Bayard Rustin, James Farmer, Jose Williams, Whitney Young, and Rob Wilkins. Their names will be marked in the history forever for their great contributions to human development. Thank those who contributed their power to fight against racial discrimination, which left a beautiful future for us. Without those who have the courage to stand out to fight against racial discrimination, we don't know what the world would have been, but I'm thankful we don't. There's silence for Martin Luther King and all of whom has suffered and died from racial discrimination. And those who have sacrificed themselves to fight against racial discrimination. Racial discrimination is still existing somewhere today, but I believe as long as the citizens and governments come together as one to against it, it will be eliminated completely someday. Thank you.